What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shady Mike Gaming, and welcome to my early review first impressions video of NBA 2K22. I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys. This is an exciting time for all of us if you're a fan of 2K and NBA basketball. So I really don't want to ramble too much at the beginning of the video. I just want to say I appreciate the support. If you like this type of video, please like and subscribe. Join our modding Discord for improvements to the game and all that good stuff, and follow me on all my social networks at ShadyMikeGaming. So I want to get a disclaimer out there because we're going to be talking about 2K, and we're going to be addressing the questions y'all have. Should you buy 2K? Is it better? Are there real improvements? So I got a list here, and we're going to go through everything. But there are a couple things that I really want to address first so that we can all have an understanding of the point of this video and kind of how I'm going to be responding to certain comments. I want to start by saying, number one, I love YouTube. I love you if you're watching. I love you if you've subscribed and supported me for a long time. But it's really important for you to understand that YouTube does not pay my bills. I have a good job that I work very hard at to be able to live the life I live, support my family. So there's no reason for me to make this video in a dishonest way. These are my thoughts, and all that good stuff. Never been paid by 2K. I think 2K probably doesn't like me anyway, so that's never going to happen. So I got to make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. This is a hobby of mine that I do in my spare time to hopefully make the game better for everybody. I also want to say, in terms of, some of the negativity around it, it's tough, but I really want to make sure people know that I don't play the game online. I play on PC. I don't have next gen, and I play my league, play now, and that's about it. Don't even really do the career that often. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I do half of it, but that's where I'm coming from as a gamer. I think a lot of you that have subscribed to this channel can relate, but I do want you guys to know that this is where this review is going to come from. So what the questions we're going to be answering in this video is, we're going to be trying to figure out, is this game worth a purchase from the standpoint of that type of player, PC, or we'll even say current gen offline type of player. It's hard for me to speak on next gen. A lot of these things still apply, so you don't necessarily have to click off the video if you're next gen, but just understand my standpoint and where I'm coming from. So we want to start by just talking about where I'm coming from. So the way I'm going to structure the video is this. I'm going to start by talking about the things that I do not like. I'm going to get all the negativity out there so that y'all can know, how I feel. And then I'm going to talk about the things I really like, some of the benefits and improvements that I feel were real and tangible. So we're going to start with that. The first thing that I don't like about NBA 2K22 was the marketing scheme and the lack of transparency from the developers, the publisher, whoever was in charge of, or made the decision for the way that they marketed this game. I think we've supported for way too long. I think we've spent way too much money for us to not see gameplay, to not have a demo before the game came out. I felt like it was disrespectful, and some of the comments that were made about there being a lack of enthusiasm around the game that we didn't see and didn't know about were tone deaf. The dev blogs did not do a good job of explaining the product that we were going to receive. And we call that a lack of transparency. And I also feel like there were devs that worked really hard to make this game really good, and they did not do a good job of expressing that. If they had been open and transparent about what they were trying to improve, I think the community would have responded much better. Maybe this was a situation where they were working to the 9th hour and couldn't put a lot of stuff together to show us. I would have appreciated them telling us that, instead of leaving us in the dark and then criticizing us because the only things we could refer to were leaks. People got the game early. People started leaking footage that honestly was not accurate. A lot of the things from the leaks ended up not being true. Now, you can blame me for making a big deal out of some of this stuff, or you can blame 2K for them telling us, hey, this is not the finished product. We have a day one patch coming. This is going to be fixed. That was going to be fixed. There was no communication, no transparency. And in my opinion, that does not fall on myself, the consumer, the customer, giving you my hard-earned money. That falls on you to have an open dialogue with us about the product that we're receiving. So in the future, that's all I ask from the 2K community, from the 2K team. Just talk. We're all adults. I know there's some kids, obviously, that play the game, but most of us who are doing the criticizing, we're adults. We can handle it. Be open with us. Let us know where you stand. Let us know why there's not a demo, and we'll work it out. You know what I mean? And I just felt like there was that lack of respect and transparency for us who've been supporting this franchise for so very long. The next thing that I don't like about the NBA 2K22 is the way that they split the fan base in terms of forcing basically next gen. Obviously, the next gen and current gen are almost two different games by appearances. They're actually a lot more similar than some of you think, but by appearances, it seems to be two different games. And let me start by saying this. The amount of verbal abuse from random people on Twitter that I've received over the past 2 weeks, because I've stated I'm playing the game on PC, current gen or whatever, people calling me broke when I've got a $4,000 computer. You know what I mean? Like, just the amount of, and I get it, because people have waited in line and refreshed pages, you know, to get these next gen consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X. They want to feel important. They want to feel special. But I feel like 2K has been feeding into that. Like, yeah, we got to make sure we have some features just for these guys on next gen. We have to make sure this is emphasized to just be on next gen. And that has really hurt the community. That has really made it almost like a little civil war in the 2K community and where people are going to play and stuff like that. So I don't appreciate that. The number one thing about a lot of these features is we've learned from 2K20 to 2K21 to 2K22. Most of these games are pretty similar. It's just some of the features that were added were just chosen not to be added. Like, we've started seeing the next gen face scans in the current gen. Yet there's players that got updates in next gen but didn't get updates in current gen because they want the current gen people to feel special, I guess. You couldn't have put like the dunk meter in current gen, but you put the new shot meter in current gen. So it's just all of that picking and choosing and stuff. Really, in my opinion, has hurt the community and made people, especially on current gen, unsure about what they should do. The current gen is still the majority. PC is still the most powerful platform. So I think while there were tangible improvements this year on current gen in terms of making us feel like customers and consumers, I felt like 2K did not do a good job of differentiating pre-release what features were going to be on next gen and which ones weren't. We were playing guessing games. Oh my goodness, current gen didn't get the new shot sounds. And oh wait, yes they did. Current gen didn't get the play-in tournament. Oh wait, yes they did. Current gen, you know what I mean? It just, all of that should have and could have been avoided. And they have not proven. If it was just a graphical downgrade, we get that. But some of the technical improvements were just simply a lack of transparency from 2K and them not wanting the the next gen players to not feel special. And I have no appreciation for that. Continuing down the list of things that I don't like, and I want to be transparent, there's going to be a lot of things I do like too, so stick with me. The game lacks real NBA basketball improvements. And what I mean by that are mostly statistical improvements. The CPU still out of the box does not take enough threes. The first game that I played, Hall of Fame default, the CPU took 18 3-pointers, almost half of the NBA league average and lower than the lowest team in the league average. And this was the Hawks, who shoots a lot of threes. Disappointed to see there was not attention to detail on statistical accuracy of NBA basketball. There's too many offensive rebounds. There's not enough fouls. There's too many steals. While the defense has improved, there's too many blocks. There's a lot of turnovers, but none of them are unforced. So statistically, I feel a pressure as a slider maker that I have to basically rebuild the game from the ground up with sliders. And every year that's a question of, can I do that? And it's a lot of pressure and I don't like it. And I just wish 2K would put more of an emphasis of being accurate statistically to what we see when it comes to NBA basketball. Another thing I don't like, there was virtually zero updates to player likeness and signature styles. There are certain players we think of, Tobias Harris, was borderline, a very good player who had a very good year last year. You think of Anthony Edwards, who was the #1 overall pick in the draft. How they have him in the game looking the way that he does is just unacceptable. LeBron James, the most polarizing human being on the planet, has not been updated in 2 years. It's unacceptable. Simply put, they have not done a good job on the player likeness department. The art team has not done a good job. Now, that doesn't affect me as much because I'm on PC and can mod, but if you're a current gen player, the player likeness updates, the signature updates are non-existent. I believe there's like 3 new signature shots this year. Very low amount. Luka obviously has his new signatures, but honestly, my Luka, the second video, the jump shot is more accurate than the mocap. So that's really tough. They did not make improvements. And to continue on that point, from the current gen, they removed several, I'm talking upwards of 20 step backs and pull ups. Several signature styles are gone. That is real. That is a big punch in the gut, in terms of the realism that I like to bring to my signature shots in my channel. There's just a lot of content missing, and that stinks. Another thing that I noticed, my first game we were playing on stream, it was live, it was hype. I was down 20 with the Sixers versus the Hawks. I was fighting. It was the third quarter. I had come all the way back. It's a 4-point game. I'm hitting threes. I'm getting blocks. I'm diving for loose balls, and the crowd is dead. No one's standing up. Everybody's sitting down. And we've seen clips of next gen. It looks a lot better on next gen. So this kind of goes back to splitting the fan base. The atmosphere is just dead. And this is something that past 2 games, NBA Live, next gen now has gotten right. So I felt like they should have done a much better job on player atmosphere, crowd volume, crowd noise for the current gen PC, PS4, Xbox One. They did not. And the last thing that I don't like about NBA 2K22, there's a lot of bugs on the next gen version of the game. The broadcast camera is missing from my NBA, but I believe that TG So Good, shout out to the GOAT, has gotten a fix for that. You couldn't load a custom roster in the practice mode freestyle. None of those bugs affected PC or the PS4 current gen. I know they were also saying they don't double team in the post, and that had to be turned on by a roster update. That was working day one. They were doubling Embiid all night for me. So current gen, that's another problem. So a lot of bugs on next gen that current gen doesn't have. Keep that in mind if you're a current gen, or excuse me, a next gen player, because you might experience something that I did not experience. So this is where we're going to move on to what I do like. And the irony of it is the first thing that I'm going to bring up is actually really the same thing as the second option that I didn't like. When we talked about splitting the fan base, I really like all of the next gen features from 2K21 that they brought to current gen 2K22. However, that does show that it probably could have been there last year, but the appeal, they needed to make next gen look good. So we're going to talk about some of those things, and they might seem small to you, but they're not small to me. Again, remember, as a PC offline player, I love the random shooting animations. Guys hold follow throughs, guys hop on one leg. after misses and makes and fadeaways and falling over and things of that nature. Looks very cool, very authentic. I love the new shot meter. I hated the 2K21 shot meter. Simply, I couldn't see it. It wasn't big enough. New shot meter's bigger, stands out more. I like it. That's a very big improvement. It might seem like a small feature. You can walk the ball up on current gen now. You could not walk the ball up in 2K21. Your guy would just be like hunched over and crouched down. Very odd, weird walking animation. They have a plethora of new dribble moves, signature size ups that I really like. And they made some pretty, they added a lot more variables to the dribbling. 2K20 was it 2K? Yeah, 2K19 I believe introduced the signature size ups. 2K20 they took it out. 2K21 they're back now. This year they have expanded on them. I was actually afraid that they might take them out. I'm glad that they didn't. They look very good. I like that they brought the play-in tournament to both games. They are there. We initially thought current gen didn't have the play-in tournament. It's just that next gen has it as a standalone mode. Current gen, it's just built into my league, so I'm very happy that that is there. Now, the next thing that I really like about NBA 2K22 is there are tangible, and that's going to be the number one word we use in this review, tangible improvements to the AI and positioning and reaction on both sides of the ball. There were so many less, not that it never happened, but I had so many less moments of what is my teammate doing? I hope he has this type of production off the bench for us. Look at this motion from the CPU. I love it. No way. Holy crap. Here's Maxi, give me that. Why is this dude standing in the corner looking the opposite way? Why did he just walk right by him on a pick and roll? Pick and roll logic, defensive logic, help defense logic is as good right now as it's ever been. And to my understanding, we have Desar to thank for that. And that is no joke. That is no marketing cap. That is legitimate, tangible improvement to 2K that, in my opinion, takes this game from a simulation standpoint from here to here.
There's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
Dang, I can't even turn the corner on dudes. Dang, do y'all see this defense?
The three ball. And the 76ers get it back. Here's Maxi, hounded by Wright. Here's Maxi.
I was trying to do a layup there.
With another miss. Knocks it loose. Here's Maxi. Pass to Korkmaz. 5 to shoot.
Get the board. Give me that. Oh, yo, this game is crazy with the loose balls. No.
Up ahead.
Oh, he blocked it. Holy crap.
Shot clock at 5. Gallinari for 3. They get the rebound.
Oh my goodness. Dang. Yeah, there's a lot of blocks. It's a tangible improvement. It's fantastic, and it really helped me enjoy the game. It's not even always just crazy blocks. It's help. It's rotations. It gets the ball movement going. It's very nice. It's a very nice real touch. On ball defense, you cannot walk your way into the paint anymore. You have to do dribble moves, step backs, whatever you have to do to get by your man, and then the help is going to be there. So you have to move the ball, move the basketball, move the defense. Hero ball, it's very tough to just play hero ball now due to the improvements that they made to this game, and that is real, and that puts 2K22 on a pedestal over 21 and 20. Next up, and this I can only attest to current gen and PC. I don't know if this is the case, but the player models seem to have been shrunk, which is a drastic improvement to spacing on current gen. The ball moves quicker. It's harder for defenses to close out. So you got guys flying around on defensive possessions. Maybe it's not just me, because several people have said it. The spacing is incredible. I really like what they did with the spacing in terms of you having to move the ball, move the defense. I'm a big fan of that improvement there. Next up, I believe now, I'm not sure, but they either changed the way that the ball travels or the speed that it travels. It just seems like on jump shots, the ball is in the air much longer. It travels on a much more realistic plane. It has more arc. And I'm assuming that's why, because it looks like they removed the pass speed slider. But you don't have to worry about that because the ball moves at such a more realistic rate. Like, you're not throwing laser passes and they're not floaty either. It's just right. That is a huge improvement to the game. I'm very happy to see them do that. The next thing that I'm happy to see, and this is PC specific, but it seems that all of the mods from 21 work in 22. What does that mean? That means graphically, the gap that is there, it shows we can make the game almost negligible from next gen. We have great graphics mods, 8K court mods that look better than next gen. We are in very good hands with the modding community. If you want to be more involved with that, you guys know I'm very active on this channel with the mods, and we also have our modding Discord that's got over 5,000 members in it. The link will be in the description. Make sure you join the 2K Modding Society. This is going to be a big year. And the last thing, improvement that I like for NBA 2K22 is they added tertiary positions. And this is actually exclusive to current gen. It's not there on next gen, which is very interesting. So LeBron James, for instance, I have his first position as a small forward, second position as a power forward, third position as a point guard. Now, for those of you who have been following the channel for a while, you'll remember on my wish list, my simulation wish list video that I did a ways back, I actually asked for that feature. So they're listening. They added that. That's really cool. So that's it in terms of what I think about the good and the bad of NBA 2K22. The next question that we have to answer here is, should you buy it? And this might not be the answer you thought you were going to get at the end, but my answer is, I don't know. Simply put, if you got $65 to your name, haven't eaten in 3 days, probably shouldn't buy NBA 2K22, right? But this is what I want to say. NBA 2K22 is better than 2K21. It's better than 2K20. It's the best 2K in a while from what I've seen over 2 days and what I've gotten in terms of gameplay. You have to look at this list. The things that I listed that I like and the things that I don't like. The things that I like about 2K22, are these issues that have been bothering you for years and they're finally fixed? If so, pick it up. If you look at the list of things that I didn't like and they're legacy issues and you're pissed that they're still not fixed, maybe it's not for you. But I will raise you a question. What else are you going to play? So like people saying, should I buy it or not? I don't know. Do you want to play basketball? There's no other game. There's no competition. I like playing basketball. I have an awesome YouTube community, got a bunch of awesome subscribers. I buy it. I play it. I have fun with you guys. But if you're just like at home and you maybe don't really like it, like, you know what I mean? Maybe you have other games to play, maybe not. But if you like NBA basketball, you like NBA video game basketball and want to play it at all times, but you just want a good game to play, if you were playing 21, play 22. It's better. So I don't know if that's an endorsement. I don't know if it's not an endorsement. I think it's situational, but if you're on PC, the modding community's here, the gameplay's better. Why would you not pick it up? If you're into it, I'm into it. I check for mods every day. I got a channel based around this stuff, so I really like it. So guys, that's it. This is your boy ShadyMikeGaming. Want to say thank you so much for all of the support on the channel. I hope I was able to answer your questions. Hope I was able to give you guys a clearer picture of what we're experiencing with NBA 2K22. I'm going to continue covering the game on the channel, things that get better, things that get worse. I really hope 2K doesn't patch the game and make it worse, you know what I mean? But the game is in a really good spot. If you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. I will try to answer whatever I can, you know what I mean, and help you guys out there. But other than that, guys, it is your boy Shady Mike. I am signing out. Peace. Threes.